Pedro Pascal and Sarah Paulson have been close friends for decades, but has their friendship blossomed into something more? Welcome back to our channel, guys. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at the bond shared between Pedro Pascal and Sarah Paulson, aka the internet's daddy and mommy. Are they together? Let's find out! Pedro Pascal and Sarah Paulson are both extraordinary award-winning actors. Pedro rose to global fame with his roles on Game of Thrones, Narcos, The Mandalorian, and most recently, The Last of Us. Meanwhile, Sarah Paulson became a household name after starring in the American Horror Story TV franchise, as well as movies like The Post, Ocean's 8, and Run. So it shouldn't be too surprising that both actors have devoted fan bases of their own, and for the longest time, fans have shipped the two Hollywood stars due to their closeness to one another. Sarah Paulson and Pedro Pascal recently made headlines when they reunited for their TikTok-inspired SNL skit. It was Pedro's first time hosting SNL, so to make his debut more memorable, he was surprised by none other than Sarah Paulson. In the skit, Pedro portrayed a high school teacher, Mr. Ben, who gives a presentation on safe technology use. Then we see Sarah enter the fan cam assembly sketch as another out-of-touch high school teacher, Ms. Jenny. "We've told you there's nothing going on between me and Mr. Ben," she says, before Pedro's character spills the beans. "Miss Jenny and I are in love." And then Sarah's most memorable line from the sketch, "Fine, it's true. He's daddy, I'm mommy, and we're all a happy family. No crumbs left." Although they only shared the screen briefly, Pedro and Sarah delivered one of the most engaging skits seen on SNL in recent times, and it's safe to say that the duo currently has fans in a chokehold. Now coming back to the all-important question, are Pedro and Sarah a couple? Fans may be disappointed to know that Pedro and Sarah are not in a romantic relationship. Sarah is currently dating another Emmy-winning actress, Holland Taylor. Meanwhile, Pedro seems to be single. Despite not being a couple, Sarah and Pedro have stayed best friends for nearly 3 decades. That's right, the two A-listers go way back, and their cherished friendship started when they were both aspiring actors in New York City. In a 2014 conversation for Interview magazine, Pedro and Sarah opened up about the start of their friendship. Since Sarah was also the interviewer, Pedro asked, "Do you have at least 2 questions? Have you done your research?" The Golden Globe-winning actress replied, "I've known you since I was 18, isn't that enough research?" "I think that's enough research." Pedro then recalled the beginning of their friendship, saying, "I met you, Sarah Paulson, in September of 1993, my first month in New York City. It was really lucky because my first friend at NYU lived in Brooklyn, Kristen, and went to high school with you. So your guys' posse kind of adopted me." When Sarah asked him if he remembered their friends, Pedro reminisced about their NYC adventures. "I remember everybody. There were a couple of things that I probably shouldn't say about all of us. We were 18-year-olds in New York City in 1993. But I remember all of us going to the Upper East Side. I insisted that we all go to see that movie Fearless," he said. "There were 8 of us sitting next to each other, and as I remember, we were all sobbing by the end of it." During their conversation, the BFFs also discussed how they briefly lost touch when Sarah moved to Los Angeles. Even then, there was no rift between the actors, as explained by Sarah herself. "I think we went through a period where we didn't talk as much," she said, "but it was never because we were fighting." Fortunately, they reconnected and started Chapter 2 of their friendship, as confirmed by Pedro. "I came to LA for a bit and then went back to New York. Even after going back to New York, we somehow went into Chapter 2 of our friendship that we attached to each other and haven't been able to let go," he concluded. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. It's safe to say we're grateful for Pedro and Sarah's reconnection, and all the times we saw them together as 2 adorable peas in a pod. In 2014, for instance, the duo posed for pictures together at the SAG Awards, and later became each other's dates for multiple events, including the Normal Heart premiere. In 2015, too, we saw them at the LA premiere of Togetherness, and later at the Golden Globes after-party. They even attended the 2016 SAG Awards together, and were all smiles on the red carpet, giving fans some major friendship goals. We've seen proof of Pedro and Sarah's strong friendship on social media as well. Over the years, both celebs have shown their affection for one another via heartfelt Instagram posts. In 2020, for instance, Sarah wrote a birthday tribute for Pedro's 45th birthday. Long-standing, always enduring, ever-evolving friendships feel particularly poignant these days. Woody Harrelson, Central Park, and Fearless Forever. "I love you now and always. Here's to more of all of it," she wrote. Similarly, Pedro too dedicated a birthday post to Sarah, calling her a goddess. "Dancing to Prince with this woman for more than half my life," he added in the caption. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. Make sure to like, comment, and share. We'll see you soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.